the indigenous origins of sugaring in Canada is a very well hidden story that we don't learn about in in our high school history books. It's mostly because we kicked the First Nations out of the sugar bush about 150 years ago or so, and so we don't really know that they were the ones who taught us how to make maple syrups. I was able to go to the Library and Archives Canada in Ottawa and pull some handwritten notes from the 1870s that had to do with the eviction of the Anishinaabe from the sugar bushes on Manitoulin Island. When they moved them all to reserves, the First Nations wrote petitions to Ottawa and they said, please let us back into the sugar bush. We want to make sugar. It's spring and this is an important part of our economy, which the government granted them the permission to return to the sugar bush, but never actually returned title to those forests to the First Nations. We have been, in fact, told, and there are a number of written accounts that suggest that the First Nations only learned to make sugar and syrup out of maple sap when the colonists brought iron pots from Europe, which in fact is absurd because if you do some research, you can figure out that First Nations have been cooking lots of things with clay pots over fires for thousands of years before colonists got to the Americas. They had the technology, and if you go back and read the record, you can see that there was lots of sugar in the First Nations diet before settlers got here.